Today from Steel City Bowl and Brews in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, it's time to start 5 hours of live coverage here on CBS Sports Network. We begin the day with 8 bowlers. In the end, we'll crown one champion at the Magnum Ice Cream Company PBA Norm Duke Open. Welcome back to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the Lehigh Valley. Packed again. Standing room only, sold out. In part to see that guy, the legend, one of the great ambassadors in bowling, Norm Duke. 40 titles in his career, 3rd all time. 7 majors, the 4th most ever. Here are the bowlers today in Group 1. Dio Bernard, Marshall Kent, Richie Teese, and Hall of Famer Bill O'Neill will compete. Then in Group 2, led by the top seed E.J. Tackett, 17-time titleist Anthony Simonson, A.J. Johnson, and Eric Jones. Welcome, everyone, and happy Father's Day, bowling fans, here on CBS Sports Network. Great to have you with us, Dave, right alongside fellow dad, PBA star Kyle Sherman. What a day of bowling ahead here, honoring Norm Duke. We have young stars. We've got great established superstars like Simo and E.J. Tackett. We've got 8 bowlers, we've got 5 hours, and in the end, one champion.
Yeah, what a great day, and this crowd at Steel City is amazing, but what a good mix of young phenoms that are kind of taking this 2026 PBA Tour season by storm, and veterans that have been getting it done for a long time, but so special to be honoring one of the best to ever do it, Norm Duke. You know, as a bowler, he's someone that embodies what it means to be a bowler, on and off the lanes, so special, and today, one of these 8 finalists is going to be taking home the inaugural Norm Duke Open.
All right, so one of the youngsters I want to talk about today is Dio Bernard. He is the Group 1 top seed. He is a fantastic two-handed lefty. Got 1 title already a couple years ago. Beat Marshall Kent in the final at the World Series of Bowling. Going for title number 2 here today. Yeah,
I call this kid the champ. He's been winning at a young age. He's so friendly, he's so nice. Except when he's on the lanes, you better watch out, and he's going to be tough to beat today on the show.
We start today with stepladder bowling. 4th-seeded Hall of Famer Bill O'Neill takes on Richie Teese. The winner faces Marshall Kent. Single elimination matches. The bowler still standing takes on the top seed Dio Bernard in a race to 2 to see who wins Group 1. Show 1 will determine the Group 1 winner. Show 2 the Group 2 winner. 3rd and final show today will match up the group winners in a race to 2 championship match to determine a PBA champion. Here today in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Sure, let's check the Norm Duke 39-foot oil pattern today.
Yeah, Rhino, like you said today, 39 foot in length. This pattern is designed to be difficult. Players are going to have to utilize the outside portion of the lane, which makes sense because this was partially designed by Norm himself. They're going to be throwing urethane, keeping their angles straight in front of them, trying to stay out of trouble, relying on accuracy and shot making.
Time to bowl in Bethlehem. Richie Teese from England. Head-to-head with Bill O'Neill from Langley, Pennsylvania, about an hour from here. A legend of the Philadelphia area. Lots of family and friends here for the Hall of Famer. Aldershot, England, 30 minutes or so south of London. Richie Teese back on TV. Okay, ring a 10-pin, good shot, no break.
Good
for
shot,
Richie.
Good shot. Right down, come on.
Good opening shot here for Richie. Ringing 10-pin to start. A solid first ball on TV after not seeing him make a TV appearance all 2026 PBA Tour season. Good to have him back.
Longtime member of England's national team, 10+ years. Has the mark, good start for him. Now the real deal. Hometown favorite. Countless family and friends here. He said, I'm not sure how many, it's a lot. 21-year pro. 15 titles, 3 majors for the Hall of Famer. The real deal starts his day. Good bend.
See the difficulty of this oil pattern there. Players describe this pattern as flat, and hard. Pretty good shot there by Bill. But it's going to take better than just good shots today.
With some heat, with some mustard. Has the 2-pin, has the mark. If any of the pros on today's show for a perfect game, everyone in America can receive a free game of bowling courtesy of Go Bowling. To pre-register, visit gobowling.com and sign up for the Go Bowling Free America promotion. What kind of scores do you think we'll have today? I mean, any shot for 300 on these conditions?
You know, maybe later, early in these matches when the patterns are more difficult, typically they play a little harder. Once the pattern breaks down a little bit, players might give themselves a little room. But a 300 would be pretty amazing.
Not for this game. Left lane, trip 7-pin, down it goes for Bill. And he'll take the first strike of the match.
Yeah, if you're going to teach a one-handed player to bowl, it's going to be like Bill. So steady, such a unique release, creates great leverage at the bottom, and gets the pins to dance around there for his first strike of the game in the second.
Back to Richie. Little high, little break. Trip 7-pin late, down it goes.
The great, smooth, soft release of Richie Teese. That soft release allows his ball to shape on a lot of different patterns. And it looks like he's electing to throw a different bowling ball in each lane as we take a look at Richie's arsenal. On the left lane here, he's throwing the black pearl urethane. On the right lane, he is throwing the purple pearl urethane. One just hooks a little bit more than the other. Looks like this left lane is hooking a touch more for them early.
Richie, oh, ring 10-pin, good shot. Right at the 1-3 pocket, but no break.
Rhino, that's what can make bowling difficult. The one on the right lane, not as good, comes away with the strike. This shot on the left lane, so much better, but rings a 10.
Got it just enough. He's good.
So why were you guys worried?
Not that close, right? Roller coaster certainly for Rich. You didn't think he'd be here based on some of his efforts in the match play. At a different center, about an hour here from the bowling center here in Bethlehem. Arsenal for Bill.
Take a look at Bill's arsenal here. Going with the black pearl urethane as well. Same ball that Richie's throwing on the left lane. They're throwing this ball to control the pattern. When the ball exits the pattern, it's going to want to really hook. They're using the urethane to control it.
7 late, down it goes for Bill. Last title last year, Rob Holman with Jason Belmonte. It's quite a 2025 for him, inducted in the PBA Hall of Fame last year as well.
Yeah, great shot for Bill here. When the patterns are difficult like this, and you have a strike up on the board, doubles are hard to come by. You need to execute. He did that early double in the second and third. Now stepping up in the fourth, trying to make it 3.
3-time major champion. By 20, flat 10 instead. Keeping things very tight here in match 1.
It's hard enough when the pattern's difficult and it's tough to get to the pocket. And when you do get to the pocket and don't carry, that's what makes scores low, even for players of this caliber. And that's why doubles are so big. So he got his double now. Leaving a single pin needs to stay clean. Crucial.
Oh, no.
He's all right.
Okay.
Rich, a little close there, Kyle. Just enough of that 10-pin. That's got to be a huge sigh of relief. And it can't be easy for Bill because there are a lot of family and friends here. Sometimes that adds some pressure, right?
Absolutely. There's players that love having a bunch of people they know in the crowd, and there's other players that kind of like the back against their wall and everything against them.
Hook a little bit.
Back to Richie, talking to it. Almost the bucket leave.
Slow down, Rich.
Just the 2-pin for him remains.
Come on, Rich.
Hear Richie talking to himself there after this shot. Just got a little fast with his momentum. Feet probably got a little too quick. That brings a little more momentum, a little more ball speed. Ball doesn't read the right part of the lane. Just leaving the 2-pin here, easy spare. He's gonna move his feet a couple right, hook this urethane ball right into it.
Something like that. All right, come on.
Flashback, 2017. World Series of Bowling. National Bowling Stadium in Reno. 9th WSOB. Richie Teese knocked off Charlie Brown Jr. 193-176 in the title match for his first career PBA Tour title. We'd love to get back in the winner's circle here today in Pennsylvania. And with this roller coaster bowling, he wasn't sure he was going to make it. Thought he was going to go home before this show. Back to England, had to change his plans. In a good way. Good shot there. And Dad Morris, birthday yesterday, Father's Day today. He thought he'd be celebrating in Great Britain.
Yeah, with 3 to go, Richie shoots 128 game. Basically takes him completely out of the cut. He was out of the cut by 70 pins. He relaxed. He kind of thought, all right, well, I'm just going to go home, see the family. But that relaxed him. And they started rifling off strikes, shoots 260, 240 to make the cut with ease. And now he's bowling on Sunday.
What was that score? 128?
128.
Now that's a bounce back.
There's a lot of people at home saying, I could do that.
5th for the real deal. Up 10. Nice shot. Crunches the pocket. Down they go. Those pins had no chance whatsoever.
This was Bill's best shot of the game so far. Coming on this right lane. Got his hand in a great spot. Playing the front part of the lane, as we like to call it. Got great leverage. This urethane ball is not going to hook a lot down lane. These players are trying to make it do the right thing early on the early part of the lane. As we take a look at Bill's family there.
In the front row, wife Christy, the kids are here. Gavin and the gang. Always good to see them on hand.
Do it.
6th, O'Neal, ringing 10-pin, good shot, trying to go up by 20.
Oh, that was so good.
It was good.
You hear the 10-pin sucks chants in the crowd, and I agree. This is a great shot for Bill here. By that facial expression, he thought it was good too. And we saw this a lot yesterday, Rhino. This left lane in the Battle of the Brands, hard to carry. Players throwing good shots, getting to the pocket, having a hard time getting that 10-pin out.
Has a 10-pin, has the mark. Halfway home, match 1. Great enthusiastic crowd here today in Bethlehem. Sold out house again, as always, in the Lehigh Valley. Match 1 continues next.
The 2026 PBA Norm Duke Open on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Go Bowling. For friends and family fun, head to gobowling.com to find a center near you. And by the Magnum Ice Cream Company. Life tastes better with ice cream.
Yeah. Bowl TV highlight, recapping. We saw the PBA Elite League. Storm wins it. Back-to-back PBA Manufacturers Cup titles. Congrats to Sherman and his company. As we saw the Bowl TV highlight there. Storm a champion here last night. Packed house, Norm Duke is here. Saw the iconic pose after that big win over West Milan en route to one of Norm's 40 titles. The trophy shot.
Big shot here for Teese here, Rhino. Working on a strike in the fifth. Double's hard to come by. Making a ball change.
Here's Richie. Big shot. All square. Tied up here in match one.
Great ball change there for Teese. Going to the same urethane ball that he was throwing on the left lane. Allows him to be a little straighter. Great roll, great touch. Got his speed just right. And that was absolutely perfect. Now, can he step up on this tricky left lane in the seventh? It's been hard to carry.
Big shot here.
It's not terrible.
For the lead, for the turkey. Didn't like it. That's just fine. Richie Teese takes the lead by 10 pins over the Hall of Famer.
It's not terrible.
Love that look out of Teese. That ball coming in a little half pocket. That might be the key to striking on this left lane. Players that get fully up to the pocket, seemingly the 10 pin. Richie comes a touch light, gets everything to carry. Took the lead.
Seventh for O'Neill, works on a spare. That's high, and he almost pays up big press. Just the 4-7, almost had the 4-6-7 split.
Played every shot.
This shot just looked a little left out of Bill's hand. A little too up the lane. Comes up high, avoids disaster, gets the late kick on the 6 pin. He seems confused about it, but just leaving a makeable spare. Great break.
All good there, 4-7, has the mark. They're down 12, and Teese steps back up. He'll be working on a turkey into his 8th frame. From Rookie of the Year back in 05-06. A long and distinguished career for Bill. Trying for his first title of 2026. Great shot, pipes that one. Smokes, obliterates the 1-3 pocket, down they go. Must strike time there for Bill.
High flush here for Bill. Exactly the right part of the lane where you need to be playing. When you hit the pocket there, they're going to strike no matter what you're bowling on. He needed that in the 8th to let Teese know, hey, I'm still here. You got to execute good shots because I'm on your tail. Teese in the 8th here. Working on a turkey, looking to make it 4.
It's a big one, 8th frame. Got the tap just enough for the trip of the 10 pin, down it goes. Going to ask Tournament Director Tony Lanning for a re-rack here. Up by 22 pins to his foundation frame, in great shape.
Great touch here for Richie. That's one of his superpowers. He's so good at the bottom. Doesn't have a ton of revs, but his touch allows him to manipulate the ball, manipulate the lane, and gives him good carry. Now this shot in the 9th, huge for Richie. Strike here makes his job in the 10th frame so much easier. Would just need to mark if Bill strikes out.
Saw the win probability number squarely in favor of Richie Teese. And the 9th for a 32 pin lead. Perfection.
Oh, Teese! That one was just perfect. Puts Bill in pretty much must-strike territory here in the 9th and 10th. Last shot in this lane, went high, barely avoided disaster. This one's got to be really good for Bill.
World Championship show last week in Allen Park. PBA Elite League Battle of Brands here yesterday. Just to keep the TV time going. Big shot. And he missed the target. 2-5.
Highlight, highlight.
Can't find a consistent look on the TV pair here, and he's in a huge hole.
Yeah, this one gets a little wide. Last one, Bill missed a little in, goes through the face. You miss a little wide, comes up light. Really demonstrating how difficult this Norm Duke pattern is.
Norm Duke is here. Commissioner Tom Clark, a PBA Hall of Famer, to have a tournament named in your honor. Wow. That's something. We spent a lot of time with Norm over the last couple of days. So excited to be here. One of the all-time fan favorites of the sport.
Talked to the commissioner before the tournament started. Tom Clark saying that Norm Duke, the greatest ambassador bowling has since Dick Weber. I mean, that is the ultimate compliment you can have, and he's not wrong. You come in this building, you feel the atmosphere. It's different. Everybody loves Norm, and everyone has a good Norm story. He's just one of those guys that his energy is infectious.
Constant smile on his face. What great energy.
Bill looking at a reactive ball to see what could have been.
I feel like that on purpose. All right, man.
Runaway Brooklyn at the end for him. 204 on the fill ball. And Richie Teese trying to lock this one up, stepping up in the 10th.
And honestly, not a bad game for Bill. 204, pretty good score on this difficult Norm Duke pattern. But Teese got his touch going, got his speed going, found something repeating at a very high level in this opening match.
And continues to find the pocket. He's a winner in match one. He'll move up on the step ladder.
It's been a while.
Marshall Kent is next. Wins the title on the PBA Tour this year. And one of the great physical games
Sorry, PA. Had to
about
rebuild
the
it.
sport.
This is what winning on TV feels like. Oh, it's been a while.
Well, Teese, hopefully you get a few more under your belt today. 240 opening match. Man, that is a great start. A lot of confidence going into match 2 against Kent.
That was a 1 in 9 years on tour. Former Steve Nagy Sportsmanship Award winner. That was 2 years ago. A lot of contributions to the game for Great Britain. National teams. What he wants most is to hoist the trophy at the end of all our coverage at the Norm Duke Open here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. With his aunts, the owners of this great center. Norm is here. Match 1 is complete. Here are a few highlights of the many. The great career of Norm Duke, the legendary Hall of Famer, PBA USBC Hall of Famer. First title way back in '83, Cleveland Open, 40 crowns overall on the PBA Tour, 3rd all time. Look at the leap of joy for Norm Duke, 7 majors. One of the all-time greats in that category as well. Last 2 PBA titles he won in 2019.
I bet he cries.
I think he did cry. And now, here in Bethlehem, the Norm Duke Open named in his honor, and the great Hall of Famer is with us, Norm Duke.
Thank you, Dave.
What are some of your feelings like right now watching everything unfold with your name on the trophy?
You know, it's just happiness. I mean, I've really enjoyed the fans over the years, and to be around so many of them and the way they welcome me and they treat me just so very well. So I get the best part of it, but I don't have to shoe up, and I don't have to throw a bowling ball, and I don't have to do all those things that just were hard. I get to watch the youngsters do it now. So I tell you what, I'm in a great place.
Well, Norm, you talk about youngsters. 2026 PBA Tour season, it's been a season of the rookies.
Rookies.
It's been crazy. What has impressed you most about these young kids coming out and kind of dominating the way they have been?
Yeah, I mean, Bonta, he just opens up a 300 on his first game. You know what? Maybe it's college. Maybe it's training. Maybe it's, I don't know. But I'll tell you what, I went through that. I was an 18-year-old player when I came out. And I just didn't seem to get the prowess until a decade later, right? And they've got this prowess out of the gate, and it's just refreshing to see them. And by the way, the lefties can throw it on the right side of the lane, righties can throw it on the left side of the lane, and they're just so good at it.
Yeah, there's some new things happening now.
Oh, boy, yeah.
40 titles, Norman, one of the all-time greats in PBA Tour history, the Hall of Fame, all the accolades. When you look at those highlights now, a few years out of the game, your last titles were 2019, right?
Yeah.
What do you think? How goes through your mind now at this point?
Well, first of all, I can't believe I won back-to-back at 54. That's
We could.
Well, I couldn't because I get to see these kids, and I go, no, I didn't have that at that age. But yeah, you look back and you just say, wow. And I get to now watch the E.J. Tackett's, the Belmontes. They're just chalking up major titles. I know how hard it is to win a major. And so I think, for the most part, I see it, I appreciate it and all that kind of stuff, but then it makes me appreciate even more what those guys are doing now. And they're beating all of our records, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
Speaking of E.J. Tackett, en route to a 4th straight player of the year. We're going to see him coming up next. CBS Sports Network brings you more strikes and spares. The 2026 PBA Norm Duke Open continues with a second semifinal. Group 1 winner, Group 2 winner will play in the last show to compete for the PBA Tour title. Who's that guy?
That's you!
Hey!
Had quite a weekend. Birthday, Father's Day, that.
Birthday, Father's Day, everything, yeah. Congratulations.
And DJ Joel here, entertaining the crowd as well. Match 2 is next. Let's flashback. Sunday, March 22nd, PBA India Classic. David Small's Pro Bowl West in Fort Wayne. Championship match. Brooke Burrow faced Marshall Kent. Brooke Burrow 1 strike in the final match. Marshall 4 strikes. It was historically low-scoring bowling. But in the end, Marshall Kent did win it 152-136 in a slugfest for his 8th career PBA Tour title. Marshall back here today on TV in Pennsylvania going for another title. Step-ladder bowling here today in Group 1. Richie Teese from England dispatches the Hall of Famer, local hero Bill O'Neill, 246-204. Kent Teese match to 1-game match. Theo Bernard, the top seed in this group, awaits the winner, and that'll be a race to 2. It was tied 1-1, 9th, 10th frame roll-up, which we've seen in the prior version of this event, PBA Tour Finals, several times. That could be really exciting with a dramatic finish. Here's Teese off the 246 game. Good shot.
Good shot.
10-pin, no break.
Good shot here for Teese. This is something that we've been accustomed to seeing on this left lane. Shots that are pretty good, but if you hit a certain spot in the pocket where you're not too high, you're not too light, it just seems to leave that 10-pin right there. Teese looking to stay clean through 1.
All right, this match.
Got that? Member of the English national team between 2004 and 2014. He won the 2016 European Bowling Tour Rankings Championship. So he's got wins under his belt. This guy's got 8 titles. Enjoy from Yakima, Washington. An elite level athlete. Marshall Kent back on TV. Goes right at it. Good pin action, down they go.
No surprise, Marshall making a run at this Norm Duke Open. Such a powerful form, but likes playing the gutter, likes keeping his hand right up the back of it. Yes, folks, that is an axe. A plastic ball. With all that power, he's able to still get it to shape. Throwing a different ball in this left lane, though. Purple, pearl, urethane. Same idea, same result.
Tattoos the pocket, down they go. With some mustard.
And this is, when we talked about at the opening of the show, this is the area of the lane the players have to utilize it. And there, Marshall Kent executes perfectly. Great opening double.
That's a slow crack.
Response, second frame for Teese.
Hit it.
Good pin action. And the late knock on the 7-pin down. It goes.
There's a little interesting kick on the 7-pin here. Looks like he's going to leave it, but nope, not today. Yeah, Teese. Going to need some more hits like that.
Do you love the Neil Diamond Sweet Caroline strike song as much as I do, Sure?
Oh, it's great. Get you fired up.
Everyone knows that song. It's awesome. Breakdown so far. Left right lane after his win over O'Neal in the first match.
Don't be too slow. Don't be too slow.
Richie talking to it. 4-7.
Ah, good shot.
Heard Richie say off his hand, don't be too slow. He's trying to keep his speed down so this urethane ball can shape through the pins. Unfortunately, that time slowed down a little too much, coming up high, leaving the 4-7.
He told us pre-show, big focus on keeping his feet slow, his chin up, spine tilt. So hook into the 4-7, got that. I'd say fundamentally looks pretty good today, right?
Absolutely, and every bowler has their unique superpower strengths. Richie's is the ability to be slow. He can slow his ball speed down to a speed that most players can't and still execute. That's why he bowled so good game one. And he has a little extra incentive. He said his wife just bought a new car, so making the show, making a run.
It's a hybrid too, so the petrol over in England's a lot of sterling pounds these days. Kent, wow, right at it again. Rushes the pocket. And into the pit they go. And format, two groups who talked about 25 games of qualifying. There was a power outage that affected everything. We'll talk about that at the other center where qualifying took place to lead to the final three shows here today. The championship match is a race to 2. It's the final show to wrap up 5 hours here today on CBS Sports Network. So the final hour will crown a champion in a race to 2. The two group winners face each other. Kent trying to stay perfect. Yes! Trip 10-pin down it goes. What a start for Marshall Kent.
Great start here for Marshall, utilizing that gutter. Gets the ball out to about the 3 board. All 10 in the pit. And talk about the format. Such a unique format that we've actually never used it before. This is the first time we've used this format. Bowlers only bowling against people in their squad. The players loved it.
Back to Teese. Good shot.
Can't throw any better than that. Sharp.
You're right about that, Richie. 10-pin only for him.
When you're throwing urethane balls and plastic in this part of the lane, a lot of times it comes down to touch. You got to create the right touch to get the ball to go through the pins just the right way. You saw Teese do it so good game one. Now, not so much. Able to get to the pocket. Can't find the carry.
3 and 10-pin. Cross lane, single pin spare conversion. Got that. Changed ball manufacturer this year. Told us pre-show it's been a big difference to his game. And we mentioned the fundamental changes and points of emphasis as well.
Yeah, as players, changing ball companies, manufacturers, going from one brand to another can be very stressful. You're going to equipment that plays completely different. Teese switching to Brunswick as he backs off here. And really happy that he's able to make a show, showing that all his hard work has paid off. But now down early, going into the 5th, needing the strike.
That's really good.
First time on TV in 2 years. Late hit a 10-pin, down it goes. That's a big strike. Heading toward the break in our second match.
Yeah, great shot here for Tees. Looking like this one might leave that little half 10 again, but just gets the kick. He's gonna need a couple more of those in a row to get back in this match against Marshall.
Front four for Kent. For the first 5 on the right lane. Right at it. Rushes the 1-3 pocket into oblivion. Wow. Power.
Power is right, Rhino. I mean, what Marshall's able to do with this plastic ball, he even gets it to shape just a little bit down lane, gets the pins to mix around. Your league bowler at home is not going to be able to get that plastic ball to make the same shape, but Marshall's so much power, gets his hand in such an amazing spot. Perfect through 5.
Looks for the first 6. Not going to happen. 6-10.
Missed there in the 6th frame. Got a little handsy with it, but you know what? He will gladly take the front 5 to start his day here.
A major to his credit. 2024 TOC. Beat Anthony Simonson that year in the title match by 4 pins. Trying to beat Richie Tees from England here today to take on Bernard at the top of Group 1. Tees Kent, Group 1, Match 2. Gio Bernard, the top seed in Group 1, awaits the winner of this match and a race to 2 to see who wins Group 1. Group 2, the top seed, E.J. Tackett. Same format, 4 bowlers. The Group 2 final will be a race to 2. The winners from Group 1 and Group 2 will face each other here on CBS Sports Network to wrap it up in a race to 2 championship match. Great bowling today. Rolls on with Tees. Match 2.
That's it.
Trip 10 pin. It's a big one. It's go time for Richie.
Still coming home, boys.
You said it, Rhino. It is go time for Richie. Working on a strike in the 5th. Needing the double. Great touch. Gets the kick. Has to start cutting into this Kent lead.
Final round, just amazing. 19 pins out of the show, a 258, then a 128, and finished up with 266, 248 to make the show. Incredible. A little high. Boy, the split, that's the good news, 4-7 stands.
God, that was good too.
He liked it.
All right.
Richie liking this shot on the left lane. It's looking like we're seeing a little bit of transition. The ball right about there. Instead of gliding a little bit further down the lane, it's hooking more, getting offline, going through the face. These players are starting to see that. Gonna have to make some adjustments, make a little move left with their feet and eyes. But first things first, picking this spare.
In the end, he made the show by 16 pins. That's quite a rally from a 128 game.
God, that was good.
4-7 does have the mark.
Dude, I aced that.
But Kent is locked in. The front 5, that 8 spare for Marshall. The Indiana Classic, we talked about historically low numbers. The 152 game in the title match, the winning score combined, and his score, lowest ever in PBA Tour title match history. And can surpass that score here with the trip 10 pin. So already he's had a better than that miserable day with the final in terms of the number. But you know what, Sherm? A win is a win. He doesn't care. It was a 300 or 152. It's a victory. Right?
You know, ironically enough, yes, that was the historically low final, but Marshall, threw some of the best shots that we've seen on TV this year, stepping up in the 7th, 8th, and 9th, after having a horrendous start, ball changes, then throws 3 amazing shots to close out the match. Under those circumstances, incredible shots. And like you said, a win's a win. We don't care how we get them.
That's his 8th title. Left lane, flirts with a channel. Down they go. Lead balloon to 41 pins in the 8th, firmly in the driver's seat. Looking good.
Yeah, this was a big shot for Kent. Now spare. Puts him in the 240s. Tees can max out at 237.
Youngster Dio Bernard, two-handed lefty. Waits the winner. Move 1, race to 2.
Lay there.
Talking to it. Help on the 4-pin. Trip late. Down it goes. We're striking the 8th.
Oh. Right, can I make the move on this thing?
This trip 4 keeps Tees alive in this match. Get some love there. When your hand is that soft, you get those hits. But he's gonna need more than that.
Come on, commit to the move. Come on.
This left lane, you hear him say, commit to the move. There's transitioning happening. He's gonna have to make a move left. Stepping up in the 9th, foundation frame.
This cut to the 31, really needs it. Gets it. Holds the line in the 1-3 pocket. It's 31, but now here's Kent. Mowing him down.
That strike right there for Tees, huge, keeps Kent honest going in the 9th and 10th. Has to still execute. Remember, this pattern is difficult, requires high level of execution.
To his 9th. Go. Does the bucket leave? Just the 2-4 remaining.
Pretty good shot here for Kent. Just misses this one at the bottom, meaning he didn't get all the revs that he normally was getting on the previous shot. Doesn't allow the ball to hook as much. Does coming up light. Needs to spare this. Big spare.
Right at it. No problem. Steps up in the 10th, up by 29 pins. Looking to move on. Just the mark needed. Shut up Richie Tees on the bench and move on to face Dio Bernard in the Group 1 final. Strike will do it. 10 pin.
Good shot.
This was a good shot here for Marshall. Just seeing that 10 pin again on that lane, but I liked what he did there. He just got up, let his instincts take over, didn't take too much time on the approach, executed well, just leaving the 10 pin now. You've done this a million times, spare it up, and he moves on.
10 pin, got that. Has the mark, has the win.
Rhino, it's amazing what these players are able to do on this pattern. I'm telling you, it's so difficult. It's so flat, but yet they find a way.
Just had to keep it on the way to make it official, Sherman. There it is. Richard for Marshall Kent, 2.3 game. He eliminates England's Richie Tees in match 2. Dio Bernard, the top seed. Group 1 is next. It's a race to 2 to see who wins the group coming up. Welcome to the Go Bowling Halftime Show. Let's flash back. Dio Bernard winning the 2024 Cheetah Championship. Strubble Arena, Thunderbolt Lanes at Allen Park outside Detroit. Number 3 seed Dio Bernard knocked off the top seed Marshall Kent 2:22.204 for his first career PBA Tour title. He struck 25 times out of 35 attempts, just 1 open frame in 3 matches. And yeah, The youngster is only 20 years old. Got the win. Dio looking forward to repeat defeat against Marshall Kent again here, Parker.
Yeah, this kid is he is a bowler, all right? 2024 season, he wins. 2025 season doesn't go the way he wanted to. Reinvented his game, started lofting it more down the lane. And now, 3 shows this year. Bowls great on TV, but he's going to have to bring it because Marshall was dialed in that last match.
Marshall Kent looks so good. How do you think this youngster handles the pressure right here, right now?
Well, I don't really see the pressure getting to Dio. We saw him in the doubles in Portland, one of the biggest atmospheres that we see all year, and he came through clutch, threw great shots, but we don't know how the left side of the lane is playing yet. It'll be very telling. First couple of shots, we'll see how Dio's look is, but my man can figure it out on anything.
First lefty in action here in Group 1. All right, time now for the Magnum Ice Cream Company ice cream break. Are you ready? Commissioner Tom Clark having a delicious ice cream bar. I've got the double caramel. You have the SpongeBob SquarePants fruit punch and cotton candy with chocolatey eyes. Let's try one. Oh yeah.
We waited till the last stop to get sponsored by ice cream.
Company ice cream break. What's better? I highly recommend the double caramel. And everyone enjoying some delicious treats from the Magnum Ice Cream Company because life tastes better with ice cream. I'm gonna have some more. The commission's enjoying it. All smiles for the youngster Dio Bernard, about to compete head-to-head with Marshall Kent next on CBS Sports Network. Welcome back to the Magnum Ice Cream Company PBA Norm Duke Open. Steel City Bowl and Brews, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, not too far from Philly. Lehigh Valley, packed house again. Dio Bernard, Marshall Kent, top 2 seeds in Group 1, about to go head-to-head. Race to 2. It's tied 1-1. We'll have a 9th, 10th frame roll-off to determine the winner of Group 1. Then we'll go to the step ladder of Group 2. Later today on CBS Sports Network. Final show, race to 2, championship match to crown a PBA Tour champion here today. Young star from Roanoke, Texas. Dio gets started in style. Crunches the 1-2 pocket, down they go.
No shocker there. Dio smiling. It seems like the pressure just doesn't get to him. The kid just loves bowling. He loves being out there. And this shows great opening shot for Dio.
He is one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. I mean, just what a demeanor.
Yep, 2025 Steve Nagy Sportsmanship Award. Wins it at a young age. Normally that's someone older, been around, but Dio, so nice to everybody, such a good person.
It's impressive. All right, Kent. Good start for a 10-pin.
Kent picking up where he left off in the first match. Still throwing the axe on this lane. Again, that's a plastic ball, dialed in, seems to have him figured out. This left lane he was throwing and will continue to throw this purple pearl urethane. Both lanes playing a little different. Kent deciding to combat them by throwing 2 different balls, looking for an early double.
Coming off a 2:43 game, the front 5. Left lane for Marsh. A little high, almost no hook to it. 6-10 stands for Marshall Kent.
This ball hooking a little early for Marshall. The urethane ball designed to hook early, be smooth down lane. Unfortunately for him, that one just hooked too much in the front part of the lane. He's gonna have to move or throw it a little harder.
7 overall strikes, first match for him. 6-10 has got that, has the mark. Race to 2 here in our Group 1 final. 9th, 10th frame roll up if we're tied 1-1, which is very possible. time on TV, the youngster has faced the race to 2. Right to the 1-2 pocket again with some heat. There's that smile again. I mean, what a demeanor.
He loves it. Great opening 2 shots for Dio, and you see that loft right there. That's what Dio has implemented into his game. Really struggled in 2025, couldn't figure it out why. Started lofting it, gave him more consistent ball reaction from center to center. As you see, Dio's arsenal going with the black pearl urethane. This is the ball that got him here. He's deciding to ride with it.
Left lane, lots of loft. Oh, and pays the big price. Greek Church lead.
You see this loft really getting it out onto the lane, but goes through the face, getting only half. Greek Church, very difficult to make. Working on a strike, he's gonna go for the 3 on the left, trying to get count, but if he picks it, that would be a plus. Okay.
Interesting bid for it.
Still got 3.
Leads 2, did get 3 on the 5. That's the good news. The bad news, they lose in count, and it is game 1 of the race to 2, so.
That is why this spare is so hard to make. Came so close to picking it, it's still so far away. Devastating opening frame, both for count and having an open. Marshall has been dialed in on this right lane, looking to take advantage of the Dio open in the 3rd.
His 3rd frame. Wow, right to it. Well, talk about that ball choice. It is unusual. Let's see what Marshall's doing in the right lane today.
It's something that we've been seeing this tour season that we haven't seen, at least since I've been out on tour. And this ball is even a touch in and up the lane, but because it's plastic, it holds its line to the pocket, and Marshall has so much power that he can get it to go through the pins. If you don't have enough revs, if you don't have enough power on the ball, that ball is just gonna deflect and not carry. But Marshall, having such a high rev rate, able to throw strikes with it. Now on this left lane, he's been struggling with the early hook. He's gonna have to make an adjustment here. Let's see what he does.
Different ball, left lane. Here's Kent, 6'10".
Looking a little puzzled after that shot. It looked like he made a little move left with his feet and eyes, bellied the ball a little bit more, not going as up the lane. Got it to the spot he wanted to, but still sparks off of it. Avoided disaster though, just leaving a 6'10". Need to stay clean on these hard patterns.
2.
Got 2. So why not use the plastic ball in both lanes then?
Well, I'm sure it's going through his head now, you know. The left lane, something triggered Marshall to not throw that plastic ball in that lane, but he's gonna have to do something here, although he has the lead.
Pin for Dio. And again, the fans voiced their displeasure about the 10-pin. Heard that a few times here the last couple days in Bethlehem.
Yeah, the 10-pin's been a bit pesky the last couple days, apparently for lefties too.
We're assuming those are Dio Bernard, Eric Jones wigs. Is that the look? Is that what I'm seeing there? Cross lane, does have a 10-pin, hooks to it.
I thought that was just Eric Jones.
We'll see Eric again coming up, second show. Got the same look. They're almost twins. Eric's a little taller. We stood him up in practice today.
Could have fooled me.
Put glasses on Dio.
Yeah, all bets are off.
Maybe. Frame, down 9, works on a spare. Repin.
Dio made sure that ball got down the lane. The last one overhooking on him, Greek churching. This one made sure his projection was good, but just a little too much. telling you, these players came out 240, 240 to win the first 2 matches, but this pattern is harder than that scoring pace. You're seeing it here early in this match.
Hooks again to the 3-pin, got that. Youngest ever to win 15 PBA regional titles. Youngest to win the regional title at 16 years old, 213 days at the time. And what a future for Dio Bernardo. 22 years old, his first title at age 20. Good frame for Kent. Pin action somehow defying the laws of physics. Does not reach the 7-pin, and it stands.
Yeah, this is a good shot from Marshall. Just comes up a little bit light. Almost leaving the 5-7 there. Just the 7. Ball just deflects a little bit. That's what you're going to see out of the bowling ball he's choosing to throw in that right lane.
7-pin right on it. Stays clean. Weekday morning, 6 Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Don't miss the epic duo. Former quarterback Boomer Esiason and Greg Giannotti discussing the hottest topics in sports. Boomer and Gio coming your way early tomorrow.
So we'll see what Marshall decides to do in this left lane, sticking with the purple pearl urethane. He's going to have to make an adjustment. This one needs to be good.
It's 6 up by 9. Messenger does not reach the 10-pin.
I agree.
8 titles for Marshall. And puts in 1 title away from Hall of Fame eligibility. And knows about doing well in this building. 2024 PBA Tour Finals here at Steel City was a runner-up. Takes out the 10-pin for his mark. Kent Bernard underway. Race to 2. Can the youngster take down the powerful right-hander again? We'll find out. Kent, Dio Bernard, race to 2. Game 1 here. If we're tied 1-1, we'll have a 9th, 10th frame roll-off to determine the Group 1 winner. Group 2 show is next, live on CBS Sports Network. 5 hours of live coverage from here in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Dave Kyle, our entire crew. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Dio, out of the break. Right on the money. Hammer time in the 1-2 pocket. Wow. Stat pack for you. Write down some key numbers. 3 for 6, 2 for 6. If you want to get the stats the pros are using, download the Lane Talk app and see how your game stacks up against the best. LaneTalk.com. Dio for the lead. 7th frame. 6-pin. Tough break.
Not a bad shot for Dio here on the left lane. Big missed opportunity, though, to try to catch a double here in the 7th. You see that loft again. He's been high, light, can't quite get the touch dialed in on this left lane. Asking it to go.
Hooks again, single pin spare conversion, got the 6-pin, has the mark. 16 regional titles by the age 22 and a half. 16, sure.
It's unbelievable.
Numbers are incredible. 1 national title. Trying to add to the total today. Won't be easy against Marshall Kent. Rookie of the year 12 years ago.
Marshall sticking with the axe on this right lane, stepping up in the 7th.
Whoa,
little wide.
Channel. Still enough with a plastic ball, and he knows it was close. To the 1-3 pocket, down they go.
Wow, you see this one flirt with the gutter here. Gets all the way out to the one board there. But comes back, doesn't overhook, and just looks perfect.
Total contrast in personalities. The veteran Kent, very serious deal. Smiled his way through it. Race to 2 here. Win probability for game 1. Kent in the driver's seat for now. Go up by 18. Yes. Blisters the pocket, down they go.
This is dangerous for the rest of the competition. Marshall repeating shots, making moves, keeping everything close. You know, Marshall's so powerful. He rips through the ball so well. Sometimes we've seen his timing get a little off, but today looks solid. His feet are under him. Repeating shots. That's when Marshall is the best. Dio looking to answer.
Big frame. Okay, good pin action. 7 goes down late for the youngster. I mentioned Eric Jones will be in the Group 2 show coming up on CBS Sports Network. He and Dio together. Roth Holman, the doubles championship won by Zach Wilkins and AJ Chapman this year in Portland, Maine. They were tied for 3rd.
Bowled great in the Roth Holman doubles, eventually losing to the Spar brothers, who also bowled amazing during that event. Ended up coming up a little short.
And they really are twins.
Yeah.
I suppose these two look a lot alike. Jones and Dio. Big shot, foundation frame, cut it to 8. Go with the lefty bucket instead.
And Dio, I promise you, is making moves, little adjustments on this left lane. But you see, one shot he goes high, makes an adjustment, then he goes light. You feel like you're in a phone booth as a player when that's happening on a lane. Just never quite got it going. But
3-5-6-9 lefty bucket here, partner. Does cover. It's a big non-strike, though, in the 9th. This is a race to 2. So Marshall does this one. He's got to still take the 2nd game. If it's tied up at 1 game each, 9th, 10th frame roll off. Here in Bethlehem to determine the Group 1 winner.
This match 1 still far from over. You see the max scores there, but Kent has to make good shots here coming down the stretch. 9th and 10th. First one here, set up frame. He's been dialed in on this right lane with this axe. See if he can keep it going.
Foundation frame, go up by 28, talking to it. Just the 2-pin.
It's good enough.
Hear him say good 9 there. That's part of the strategy that goes in when you're playing on these hard patterns. When you miss, do you leave something you can make, or is it a Greek church like we saw Dio have in the 3rd frame? Marshall, little errant shot, just leaving the 2-pin.
Stays clean. Good spare clutch late here in game 1. Needs a mark. Shutout D on the bench here in the 1st game in the race to 2. Seal deal in game 1.
Okay.
5-pin, hold the arms up.
There's a lot of people here, Rhino. That would be an expensive bar tab.
Would it be in drinks or ice cream bars?
It's a good question.
Because, man, that Magnum Ice Cream Company ice cream bar I had was fabulous. How was yours?
I love the SpongeBob as the popsicle, but you had the caramel. That one looked amazing. All right.
It was fire. All right, arms up here, 5-pin. Okay. He's not.
Now he
Not buying
says,
for anybody.
all 500 people here, you owe me a drink now.
Yeah, ice cream. There we go. That sounds like a better idea. This one.
Just 5 pins here. Make it mathematically official to win the first game of the race to 2.
Marshall's going to take this opening game. He's going to try a different ball here in the fill, going to a slightly weaker urethane.
He'll get 9. He'll have a win in game 1. 205 for Marshall Kent.
Good job.
After a 243 game he threw at Richie Teese. To move up the ladder, race to 2. He's had a lot of success in this building. And bears on this TV pair. And the youngster will finish out game 1 here. Talked to Dio pre-show, said, "Oh yeah, race to 2. I forgot all about that." He didn't know. I mean,
He's only 22.
he's only 22, a little aloof, you know, just happy-go-lucky guy. And said, "Okay, well, if I lose the first game, I can make some adjustments." Yeah, yes. Yes,
Well,
you
yeah,
can.
now he's pretty
Now
happy.
he's gonna have to. Good thing.
It's very unique to see someone always loft it to the extent that Dio does. No one else really does that. They'll use it as a tool when needed, but not all the time. Really interested to see what adjustments Dio is making, what's going through his head. All right, is he just going to let the lane come to him? Let's see what he tries here in the fill.
Man, just bounces.
Phil ball. 205, 186. Game 1 scoring the race to 2. Game 2 from Bethlehem, PA is next here on CBS Sports Network. Let's flashback. 8 days ago, last Saturday, 2026 AMF PBA World Championship Dribble Arena, Thunder Bowl, Allen Park, Michigan. Top seed EJ Tackett against the 7th seed Zach Wilkins, who had won 6 straight matches over 2 shows to get to the championship match. Wilkins a 4-9 split in the 10th, could not convert, needed a mark, and on the bench, EJ Tackett, a 7-pin win for his 4th straight World Championship title, 5th overall. First time in PBA Tour history that has happened. 4 straight of any event. Coming up next, CBS Sports Network, there's more Strikes and Spares. 2026 PBA Norm Duke Open continues the second semifinal. There's EJ Tackett. He's already first place in Group 2, so he has clinched a spot in the race to 2 match. Simonson, Johnson. There's Eric Jones. Another young, 2-handed lefty star, Norm Duke, for whom this tournament is named. Fan favorite.
He's a man of the people.
Ambassador of the sport, one of the best ever. That's a good way partner to describe him. Man of the people, no question. I wonder how many selfies he's taken in the last couple days.
Oh, wow.
It's into the hundreds by now,
I mean,
including a couple we took.
Everyone here loves him. I showed up to the facility this morning. There's a big line of people out the door, and who's there? Norm, talking to all of them, going through the line, taking pictures, signing autographs. And now Marshall starting off our game 2, switching to the other urethane ball.
Saw the numbers there, some struggles. Left lane versus right lane. So the ball change, interesting, right?
Yes, he threw this one. The fill ball looked pretty good. He left the 10-pin. This one looked like it was going to shape a little bit more, just leaving the 2-pin. But we've seen this lane. You can get it figured out for a second, but then it transitions a little bit, completely goes away. Very difficult to strike on.
2-pin has the mark, stays clean. No opens yet for Marshall. Left lane, right lane breakdown. Left lane has been problematic. Six, the first game again, the loft, the bounce, and a strike. Obliterates the 1-2 pocket, down they go.
Yeah, Dio's game built around loft, but you see a little bit of a double bounce there. Watch it bounce twice. It doesn't always happen, but it's happening today on this TV pair. And for Dio, that's something he has to manage, and that makes his game more difficult. His game is built around loft. starts to double bounce like that, it's harder to control, harder to make adjustments. I think that's why Dio's having a little bit of issues today so far.
Whoopsie.
Wow.
Hey!
He says whoopsie, and it absolutely smokes the 1-2 pocket. Shrapnel remains after that perfect shot.
Yeah, I think the double bounce might have helped him a little bit there. Get a little length, high flush, great shot. Now Marshall still throwing the axe, and something I want to clarify with this ball, we've been kind of calling it a plastic ball, but it really just reacts like plastic. It's a low-end reactive ball, 1.0 hook rating, doesn't hook hardly at all. A lot of people use it for their spares. You see how straight it goes for Marshall.
Right at the pocket, down they go.
Great shot here from Marshall. This ball is allowing him to stay dialed in on this right lane. And I'm a bit surprised, like you mentioned earlier, Rhino, why he hasn't tried to throw that ball in the left lane. Maybe he did in practice and he didn't like it, but you'd think since it looks so good on that right lane, he would give it a go, but he's bowling, we're talking. Looking for a double here in the third.
To tie things up in game 2, that's a little high, almost a big 4, almost as bad, 4-6-7 split.
This is very common shot before when this left lane comes up light. A little bit of overcompensation. Marshall tries to get it to hook, goes to the face. Leaving the 4-6-7. Working on a strike, just trying to keep count.
Open split, 6-pin stands, open frame, and a match changer here in game 2.
Oh, that one was good.
When a player leaves a split like that in that situation, they're working on a strike, we say keep count, because if he gets 2 there, it's actually 4, since the strike is that ball plus the next 2 frames. If he just gets 1 there, it's 2. If he gets 0, it's 0 obviously. So he's just trying to minimize the damage, just trying to get 2 pins. But Dio trying to stay perfect through 3.
Oh, instead though, really tough. 6-8 split. Wow, so after Marshall splits, Dio does the same thing in the right lane.
Yeah, I think Dio liked this ball, put it in the right part of the lane, but there's a chance his loft isn't blending out the lane like it should be now. Needs to slide the 6 over into the 8. Needs to cut it perfectly.
8-pin stands, open frame, and again the match shifts. You had a good opportunity to put the hammer down on Marshall Kent.
Yeah, these players bowled qualifying in a different center. That center, when I asked them, it hooked a little bit more, hooked more in the fronts. This building, a lot tighter in the fronts. Dio's loft early on, not. You see right there, just not able to blend out the lane, as we call it. Probably needs to lay the ball down a little sooner, not loft it as much. However, this is his go-to move. He's going to stick with it. And that, you see the ball not bounce as much there, but now sometimes the ball bounces, sometimes it doesn't. It's hard to control, Rhino.
Unusual 3-5-9 leave here. Lots of loft today from the youngster. Looking to cover, can't. 3-pin up, open frame, and now some trouble emerging for the young star behind after a great start here in game 2.
Tough for Dio there. Lanes are this hard. I don't think anyone's running away with this, throwing 5-baggers, 6-baggers. You just got to pick your spares, stay close. Can't miss makeables. Big opening from Marshall here in the 4th.
Off his first open on that right lane. Good shot, 10-pin.
Good shot.
Marshall still playing that outside portion of the lane. Good shot here. This is what he's trying to do. He's trying to throw good shots in that portion of the lane, pick his spares. Maybe he gets a little feel, able to throw a 3 or 4 bagger. That's exactly what he's trying to execute. And now, Dio's miss allows him to pretty much take the lead with a spare.
10-pin has that cross lane, no worries. Has a lead here in game 2. On the first game, 205-186. After a great start against Richie Teese in his first match with the front 5. It's a transition. Lanes change. His first game at 243 down to 205. See the win probability numbers in his favor for now. Open frames. Grind this one out.
Going back to the purple urethane. He's only struck 1 time so far in this match on this left lane.
Looking for another one here.
Oh, run it back.
Arms up. 5-pin stands.
He's saying all that working out. You're not expecting to see this leave out of someone like Marshall. There's so much power. That's why it's funny you see Norm cheesing over there.
Whoa, watch it. Okay, that one. He's good. Arms down. Has the spare with a 5-pin in the 5th frame.
Okay.
It's a big shot here for Dio. Back-to-back opens in the 3rd and 4th. Down 2. That's before the break again. The loft, the bounce, and trouble. 2, 4, 7, 10 split.
This is what you don't want to happen. You don't want your misses to be big splits like this. Dio not able to find the pocket once again, but this is where you have to get into grind mode. 2 opens, doesn't want to make it a 3rd. He can pick this. Needs to slide the 2 into the 10.
Got a chance.
2, 4, 7, 10. Had a chance spraying that cross lane, but missed the 10-pin open frame. 3rd in a row for the youngster. And the hole deepens here in game 2 in the race to 2. Can't win that way, sure. No chance. At this level, all those open frames.
No, you can't. 3 open frames in a row for Dio. Has to figure it out quick here in the 6th. Doesn't want to go into the commercial break. Anything less than a strike.
Really needs this one. It doesn't get it. 1-3-6-9 standing for him. Missed the pocket. And Marshall on the bench is seeing things get better and better.
It's just Dio trying something here, trying something that'll allow him to get to the 1-2. Attempts to shape that ball a little bit more, less loft, but still doesn't work. These are the shots that matter. These second shots right now. Needs a spare.
Does cover nicely. Critical spare for him heading to the break, but still Marshall can't hit 6th frame, works on a spare. Up by 13 pins, trying to close out the youngster, Dio Bernard today.
The 2026 PBA Norm Duke Open on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by AMF, the home of the PBA, where the pros bowl. Head to amf.com to find a center near you.
DJ Joel, entertain the crowd here, sell out one more time. SRO in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Steel City Bowling Brews in the Lehigh Valley. Every time we've been here, it's been sold out. Proprietors Lee and Chris Dezant. Great host as always. All of our PBA crew, CBS Sports Network, TV crew, and the bowlers. We thank them. Marshall getting out of the break. Right at it. 1-3 pocket. Torpedoes the pins. Down they go. With plenty of mustard.
Great execution from Marshall on this right lane. This has been his good lane. As a player, you have to keep your good lane. He has a lot of confidence. Striking on this lane is important. Setting yourself up for the lane that your ball reaction's a little iffy on. Now this next shot. Working on a strike in the 6th. Stepping up in the 7th. Doubles are hard to come by. Looking to extend his lead.
Max scores. Go by 23. Big shot left lane. Didn't quite find it there.
So close. So close.
Switching for 5 leads.
Marshall executed what he wanted to do on this lane. Looks like he's just picking his ball speed up a touch, trying to get the ball down the lane a little bit more. It's so finicky. Little adjustments with your hand, speed, rotation have big consequences, but this is where he's going to win this match. Spare shooting.
Been solid there. Nearly perfect on spares.
He knows it. It was so close to getting up to the pocket.
Three straight opens for the youngster. 3rd, 4th, and 5th frames. 6 spare in the 6th. It's go time for Dio. Approaching must strike time. Looking for pin action. Help on the 10 pin. And somehow it still stands.
Sometimes you get on TV and it seems like nothing can go your way. This is one of the best shots for Dio. Increased his speed, kept his hand right behind it. Finally finds the 1-2. Can't get that 10 pin to fall.
Goes to the 10 again. Got that done. His lone title 2024 PBA Cheetah Championship at Thunderbolt. 3 seed beat Alec Keplinger, Schlabach, and then Marshall Kemp. The rematch here today. That was 222-204 in the title match. He was at the time the 20th player to win his first career title at the World Series of Bowling. As we see the stat pack numbers. Lots of transition with the lanes here. They're getting really tough. 8th frame, works on a spare, needs it somehow again. The pins avoid the 7. How? How, Kyle?
That is just brutal for young Dio. 2 great shots after not able to find the pocket. Just wills these 2 to the 1-2. It gets no love. But you see him still smiling, still in a good mood. The kid loves to be here, but you know, he needs some strikes. Or he's got to have some help from Marshall. But Marshall's so far been able to avoid disaster, throwing clean frames. And he has the advantage of, he has 3 frames left. 2 of them are on his good lane, the right lane. Just needs to rinse and repeat what he's been able to do on this right lane.
Eight for Marsh. Ran 10 pin, good shot.
Good shot. Great shot. Great shot.
That's okay. You know, Dio's having a hard time striking. Again, this is the result he's looking for. Throw a good shot. If it strikes, great. If not, leave something you can pick. 10 pin. He's picked it a million times. He knows. Just has to make good quality shots like this. He's going to sweep Dio.
Stay solid right at it. No problem.
Great
10
shot.
pin and
Great
the spare. Lone open for him in the 3rd.
Not throwing any better.
Just 2 strikes in game 2, but a sizable lead now to the foundation frame in good shape.
And to me, this is the big shot for Kent. He's only struck once on this left lane in the entire match. Last game and this game. Has the ability to lead different types of spares other than a single pin. This one needs to be good.
Ninth frame. Yes, strip 10 pin. There's a strike. Inching closer to sweeping the top seed Dio Bernard here in Group 1.
Beautiful shot here for Kent. This is just, I'm going to throw it the best I can. And hopefully all 10 fall. Great execution from Marshall there in the 9th frame.
Foundation frame for Dio. There's a strike. Might be too late.
Come on.
Dio maxing out at 192. If he strikes all 3 in the 10th, that's going to force Marshall to for sure get the first one. So big 10th here, still not out of it.
First in the 10th. Left lane. Yes, there's one. Looking to catch some fire in his 10th frame. Put some pressure on Marshall when he steps up to the 10th himself.
This is far from over. A strike for Marshall in the right lane is not guaranteed. After all the opens for Dio, the errant shots, this is the biggest shot of the match. Has to have this one in the 11th.
For second and 10th. Yes. Takes the lead with 1 to go in the 10th. Got a call for a re-rack from tournament director Tony Lanning. Think things over a bit here.
Wow, what a back half of the game for Dio. The 7th and 8th, great shots too, didn't fall. Somehow wills strikes in the 9th, 10th, and 11th. Huge to give him life.
It's a good re-rack. Think this one through.
And to let Marshall just think a little bit more on the bench there.
Last one of the 10. Huge. Strikes. And what a finish for the kid. 192. A strike and 9 needed now for Kent. Otherwise, we'll have a roll off. Must strike on the first. Needs it.
Gotta go.
Doesn't have it. And Dio Bernard wins game 2 on the bench. We're all tied. 1 apiece, race to 2 to see the winner of Group 1.
Yeah, he's smiling now.
And we will have a 9th, 10th frame roll off here in Bethlehem to determine the winner of Group 1. Top seed Group 2 is EJ Tackett. That is the next show.
Marshall just gets a little too amped, a little too quick, ball speed a little high, doesn't give the ball time to hook. Comes up light, leaving the 2-5. That one right there, much better shot.
192, 186. Game 2 in the race to 2. Now the 9th, 10th frame roll off. 1 shot roll off if we're tied after that. Dio's the top seed, elects to go first here. Pressure's on here.
This is what it's all about. Shot for shot. Dio electing to go first. Thinking probably has a lot to do to make Marshall maybe finish on the left lane. But first shot in this roll. Young Dio.
Begins the roll off. Good shot. 6-pin stands for Bernard. Well, 3-1 his very young career on TV so far. 235 average. 4 games entering play here today. Hooks again to the 6-pin. So 9 spare to begin the roll off.
Marshall trying to reset here. Had a chance to close it out. Got a little amped. And that fill ball, he was able to get some better feel. This has been his good lane. Looking to take the advantage early. Stepping up. His first shot. This roll off. See, we had a fan jump out of the stands there. Marshall wisely resetting.
The reset. Roll off for Kent.
Hey.
Right at it. Smokes the pocket. Down they go. Huge strike to start the roll off after Dio spared on his 9th.
So impressive for Marshall to stay in it mentally. Backs off. Then throws the best shot on this lane that he throws in a while. Thrown in a while. Sets him up perfectly for the 10th. This tricky left lane. You see it there. 2 strikes, 1 pin. Marshall shuts out Dio, but it starts with this one.
Looks for the first into 10. Yes! Rip 10 pin just enough to get to the 10 and knock it down. Now one more and he'll basically seal it.
Look at those eyes, the focus, the determination. To see him not get too excited after that, he knows the job is not done. He wants this. Taking a re-rack here.
Like it?
Yeah, resetting, taking your time, going through your process. In these moments, your process means so much. Getting in the right state mentally. Not letting the moment get too fast. Biggest shot from Marshall the entire day. Needing basically just this strike. And he's moving on.
The strike to win Group 1 for Marshall Kang. Yes! He's going to advance. One more pin to make it official. It is hammer time. And he'll win Group 1 and advance to the championship show. And that's the AMF championship moment of the match. AMF, where Rose Bowl Marshall Kent needed the 2nd to 10th. Got all 10 down for the clincher.
Let's go, baby. 1 to go. Let's go. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
Marshall Kent is through. He's going to win Group 1. DJ Tack with the top seed, Group 1. That show is next. Tackett, Simonson, A.J. Johnson, and Eric Jones. That's coming up next here on CBS Sports Network, the second semifinal here today. And then at 4 Eastern, the championship show, which is a race to 2 between the Group 1 and Group 2 winners. Marshall celebrates winning Group 1. In the race to 2, 2-1 over Dio Bernard, the top seed. Marshall Kent through to the championship show. Marshall Kent is the Group 1 winner, start of the day here in Bethlehem. Now for Kyle Sherman, the entire CBS Sports Network crew, Dave Ryan saying so long for now. We'll be back after the break for the Group 2 stepladder semifinals of the Magnum Ice Cream Company PBA Norm Duke Open. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. With Norm Duke here, Marshall Kent flexing, gets through, beats Dio Bernard in the race to 2. He has won Group 1.